We're back one more time to Seven Rivers Racing here on KQEG TV. I'm Dan Dyker, one of the LOC. Want to remind you, coming up on June 12th, the ASA Midwest Tour Howie Leto Memorial 150 at the Milwaukee Mile. And if you look at the names of the drivers that have signed up on this list, besides some of our area drivers, Rusty Wallace coming out of retirement, Yep. Kelly Byers coming out of Boston, Matt and Ross Kenseth, Bill and Chase Elliott, Dave Regan, Dave Stremme, Eric Aramola, Brian France is he's the CEO and the pretty much chairman of NASCAR. His nephew Ben Kennedy is going to be in this race as well. Still waiting for some other Sprint Cup guys to come out, but we're going to be there. I'm going to be covering that. Hopefully, I can get some video back here as well for the program. A limited number of VIP passes are still available. A lot of different divisions running that day. You're going to have the Super Late Models, Big Eights, ASA Midwest Skag Trucks, and the vintage cars are going to be out there as well. So that's going to be coming up June 12th at the Milwaukee Mile. Check out asamidwesttour.com for ticket information, and that's going to be an outstanding race. I know Brent Kirshner has already come into the running in that race. He bought Chris Wimmer's old Super Late from last year, so he may run the Super Late and maybe even the Big 8 Series. We'll have to see what happens there. Guests of the program today, Steve and Melissa Rusch, only husband-wife duo working at the Crosse Speedway. They both run Hornets, and Steve running in an Outlaw this year. Melissa was saying, I remember you raced at Marshfield last year.
Yes.
How was that different? I mean, obviously it's a different setup from what the Crosse is.
Oh yeah, it's a bigger track, and I love that track.
Picked up a trophy?
I picked up my first trophy there.
Nice, and it was funny, we were talking during the break right here. Steve said it was, he's the one that you got that race there because it was tire pressures.
Yeah.
But I think Kathy Swenson has got to be the tire pressure queen. That's Steve's mom, and I've talked to almost every Hornet driver and Thunderstock driver, even a couple of Sportsman drivers that have said in the past we couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, Kathy's name was name dropped, and all of a sudden it had to deal with tire pressures, and look, they're winning, and they're running up front. I mean,
tires mean an awful lot on any track, no matter what you're running, and sounds like she's got a handle on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's first time for doing setup on Goodyear tires, the sportsman type tires, and you've seen how quick I was in that feature.
Oh yeah. I was watching you in the practice session as well as you were coming out of turn 4. I was watching that back end shake all over the place, and that's what you had said was made a couple of small minor adjustments like that, and really surprised me as you were coming out. In the future now, you're going to be running elsewhere than La Crosse this year.
Yeah, I downloaded the rules for, I think, Super Sportsman or Super Stock from Marshfield, and I had the car transfers over perfect for that, so we're going to be taking the car up there and playing up there. So
now, what about Oktoberfest?
What do you mean?
Are you going to run that outlaw car? I mean, you can obviously run that as an outlaw. Can you run it as an area sportsman?
Here's the thing. After Saturday night done racing, Mom went and got the Don Schneller, and he came and tucked it. He said, good to go for sportsman, basically.
Really?
Sportsman, La Crosse sportsman. Really?
So there's a chance we can see you running. Actually, you could be running 3 times during Oktoberfest. You could be running a Hornet, as we watch some of your video right here in the 51 car. So you could be running a Hornet, an Outlaw, and a Sportsman during Fest.
Oh, yeah.
I plan on I want the car out there in Sportsman just once in a great while when he races Outlaw. Then otherwise, next year I want that car in Sportsman.
Sportsman.
You know, as Melissa's saying, I want that car. She owns that car, so that's why she says, I want it, and this is where it's going to be at. And, of course, you can see right here, huge difference from the heat race and the practice sessions from when you were out earlier. A lot of bite coming off the corners. How well do you think that car would fail on the 5/8 oval? Have you had it on the big track? Because I don't think you've had it on the big track yet, have you?
I had it on there for practice, but I had Thunderstock tires on when we were driving the track.
Right.
I had stuck the Thunderstock tires from my Thunderstock on there, and that's what I was running in the practice too. And I said, no, we're going to put the Goodyears back on it. Yeah. And I got to give props to Bolster there for running me pretty clean in that race. And he's a stout driver, and my car, first time in race situation, did pretty good.
Do you want to mention, or have you mentioned when we have a chance, you got some great sponsors around board. We were talking about the now, have you put the GoPro on yet? I've seen a lot of video of your brother Kyle, but I've seen none of you yet.
Oh, yeah, I've got a nice amount of video. I'm gonna take the computer down to Rod's, and we're gonna work and put the stuff on rods.com or rodsrides.com, and then put it on my Facebook and then on YouTube too.
Nice.
Mine too. Both of my races too.
Nice. That's going to be a lot of video coming out of that.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into your sponsors, you have a new motorsports team name this year, because Kyle last year was Diamond S Racing, and I don't even know if you guys really had an actual motorsports name, but this year you guys have accompanied everybody. Tell me about that.
Well, I had my own since I went rogue and I went Rusch Motorsports.
Right.
1 year with my Thunderstock car, and then I got back together with Mom, and we just ran that, and now it's Rusch Swenson Motorsports.
And you've got, 4 or 5 cars in there? Because Kyle has 2.
Yep, Kyle's got his Hornet tuner, Melissa's got her Hornet car, and we're going to set the Thunderstock car up for her. Maybe this Oktoberfest for the car.
Nice.
I've got the Outlaw, and I'm going to rebuild my 45, and that probably won't be out this year, but we'll see.
Talk about your sponsors for 2012, because I know you guys have gotten some great support this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, on the hood of my car is Rod's Ride On Power Sports. On the hood of Melissa's is All About Brides, which gave her the dress for free for the wedding.
Nice.
So that was a good
It's
one.
not always about the dinero. There are other things that happen.
That's what we did too. We got a wedding dress for our wedding.
How'd it look on you, by the way?
Awful.
And then on the hood of Kyle's car is Psychic Readings by Gina.
He needs all those he can get.
And we got a sponsor that's been with us for a while is Jeff's Auto and Psycho Repair. And then a new one that I got recently through last year and this year is All Out Repair and Performance. They're down
Miller Street.
On Miller Street there. They do a bunch of stuff, and Outlaw Class is just perfect for them.
Right? Oh, yeah.
And then we got City Autos sales there.
So you got a nice little headquarters to work on the cars if you need to as well, because I've seen Brent shopping. That's not a shop, that's a warehouse.
Yeah, he's got a nice shop there, but so far we've had other places to put it and that, so it's all good.
Well, again, if you get a chance to check them out, they are forming a nice little race conglomeration at the Crosse Speedway. Of course, not only these two, but Kyle Swenson as well, and people know him as Stewie and Psycho and Weirdo, and I can come up with all kinds of adjectives all day long. Steve runs the number 51 Outlaw this year, and I'd like to see what he can do coming up Oktoberfest, because that's the best of the best coming out of the woodworks there. Also drives the number 45 Hornet. Melissa drives the number 23 Hornet, and might see her in the Thunderstock before the season is done. And I like seeing the younger drivers like these two
definitely.
right here. The sky's the limit,
Right.
and as long as the sponsorships are there and they've got the availability, race wherever you want.
They can move up, go to Marshfield and race the Oktoberfest and move up in the divisions. This is the history, or the future of lacrosse racing.
Facebook page?
It's either Steven Rusch or Rusch Motorsports. Or Rusch Racing. I haven't switched that yet. But
Yeah, go to Rusch Racing on Facebook and make sure you like them and follow what's going on this year. And also, we'll let you know on the program when you guys start putting some videos up as well, because people like that in-car stuff. Steve did that last year.
Yes. Oh, yes. He's going to be having streaming video this year.
Can't wait to see that. Yep. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yep.
Steve and Melissa Rusch, our guests in the program, we'd like to thank them for coming out and doing what you're doing at the Speedway. I always go down and talk to these guys every single weekend. They're down there. Make sure you go down and find out more about their program, because it's one of the growing programs in the La Crosse area. That's going to do it the program today in the ASA Big Milwaukee Mile Race, June 12th, asamovestour.com. Make sure you check that out. We're going to be talking more about the Mid-American Series this Saturday on AM 580 at KTY when I bring you the race report. Otherwise, we will see you at the races. You going to be there?
I'm going to try.
Okay. Stay away from the concession stand.
Yeah.
For Melissa and Steve Rusch and Al Losey, I'm Dan Diger. Thanks for joining us in the program. This is Seven Rivers Racing.